Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Guma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the stock NEO, and we're going to be talking about the other EV stock in the sectors. And I'm also going to be diving deep on what I think may happen within the next few days and the next few weeks. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of you who watched yesterday's video and dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of that video. We're going to address those as well. All right. So let's get started. Right off the bat, futures market is open and it's been 1 hour and 41 minutes. This is open and right now it's slightly down, but it's definitely not out. I'm not bearish on the market at all. I'm not bearish. We're holding steady and it looks like dip buyers are buying in again. All right. So watch this thing for a potential rise to like 36.40 in the tomorrow morning at exactly 8:30. I'm not bearish on the market unless something like crazy happens, which I don't think will happen, but we will see. So right now, let's get started with NEO. Okay. So NEO stock, for those of you who have been subscribing to the channel, I have been making multiple videos, maybe like 3 different videos, 2 or 3, about how I wanted NEO to tank. And the thing that I also mentioned in the last video about NEO, I mentioned that this right here, this level right there, was a critical level. And my last video on it was on this day pre-market. And I specifically said that if it goes above $46, all of the shorts will be covered. They'll be done. This is the moment where all the short sellers get out. Because this right here is not bearish at all. And it broke to the upside and it just kept going and it kept going. Okay. And then on this day, there was the opportunity to go in short. The pattern wasn't too obvious. It looked clean here, right? It looked really clean right there. And I actually took a trade on there and I got in right here. I got in right there and then I got pissed off throughout the entire remainder of the day because this is not what I wanted to see. But the good thing is it actually collapsed the next day. And then again, the annoying buyers bought it right back up. Okay, so this is like super annoying, especially for all the short sellers out there. Short sellers are very mad, including myself. Even though I got rid of that position, I'm still mad, kinda, and I really want the stocks to drop finally because this thing is not healthy. It's gonna have to drop at some point. At some point, it's gonna have to drop. And personally, if you do see value in the stock and want to buy at the highs at around 40 $54, again, do what you want to do with your money. Personally, the opportunity that I see in NEO, right? Again, like I always say, the higher the stock goes, the better it looks. So if it can just run really, really fast to like 70 or $75, like really fast, like within the next week, maybe within the next 2 weeks with massive amount of volume, just a huge parabolic move, right? Then it will be a wonderful opportunity for me to get in again to go in short again at the top just because of all of this money to be made at the bottom. Eventually it's gonna collapse. There's a lot of people who do not think that NEO is gonna crumble at all. It's just gonna keep rising all the way up to 80 to 100 very, very fast. If this thing doesn't consolidate for a long time, I don't think it's gonna go up to like 100 or 120 like within the next month. It's either gonna go parabolic, right? Or it has to go sideways for a very long time, probably within the next 2 months before we see another rise all the way up to like the hundreds. Okay. But if that doesn't happen, then we can see the parabolic move and the rapid drop. Okay. That's what I want to see. I want to see a move up, very, very parabolic move, just so I can short it back down. So right now I'm just on the sidelines. And if you look at the other EV stocks like Lee is very overextended. It is. And the one thing that I see here is that there are dip buyers in here. Dip buyers are buying this thing up, right? They're not letting the stock tank. They're not letting the stock go. Okay. They're not letting it go. So two things can happen, and the one thing that the short sellers who got in here, who are still holding short, what they're looking for is for the stock to never go above 42.20 or 42.50. If it goes sideways like this and goes above 42.50 or $43 with some volume, we could see another leg up and we could see another squeeze, and we may even see a double top over here. Okay, a double top over here before we come back down. But again, just keep that in mind as you trade in this. These stocks are very, very overbought. Be very careful on this one. If you see value in it and you just cannot resist, and you are a long-term investor and you want to hold for 3 to 5 years, this really doesn't apply for you. This is for like these short-term gains, short selling. Again, that's what this video is about. So let's look at the other one. The other one is XPEV. And XPEV is also very overextended. And personally, right, if I'm looking to make some money on the short term, going long, it's just not that appealing to me because of all of this again. All of this space right here is just it's just too high for me to buy this thing upwards. Okay, holding for like a few days is a little risky, especially to the long side. So just watch this thing. Short sellers are in here. There is a hangman pattern on the daily chart. It's right there. Okay, hangman pattern. So if this thing goes downward like that at like $61, there may be a panic. Okay, this is a doji. Nobody knows exactly where this is gonna go. But the thing is, the sellers are winning. It's red. Sellers are winning right now, even though it is doji. So watch this thing. It could be an opportunity to the short side. We never know. Again, there's a lot of annoying dip buyers here. Okay, so as soon as it goes lower, we could sense some fear, and it could be opportunity for EV stocks, all of them, to just collapse. And if that happens, that means NEO would also collapse, and LE would also collapse. All right, so that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind moving forward within the next few days. I personally, I can't go long on these ones. They're just too high, and they look kind of exhausted for me to just buy calls on it. I just cannot. Personally, I just want them to either surprise me, right? They just go super high just so I can short it back down, or I just want them to just tumble tomorrow. That's just my personal preference. Again, do what you want to do with your money. Now let's talk about another stock. Let's talk about Tesla. And Tesla has been on a tear since I've made that last video about it being included in the S&P 500. And personally, I don't think this move is done yet. I don't think it is. It reached 600, and if you look at it on the daily chart, I don't think this is quite done yet. I don't think this is done yet. It might have a day or two left in it. So watch this thing for potential long. Okay, it's not super. I'm not feeling the the euphoria on the stock. It's not overextended enough. Just a little bit more inflection would be great. There's like a massive pop all the way to like 640. Yeah, a massive up 640 would be nice. So in the short term, definitely keep that one for a potential long. I do know that there are some short sellers in here. Okay, and Tesla has a tendency to squeeze short sellers. So again, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as it crosses and it breaks above 600. Watch for a move up here. Watch for a move up here. That is where I feel like it would be overextended and people will want to take their money off the table. I will cover Tesla again in the morning to see how it opens up, and especially if the market reverses and turns up green, then it may be a good time to watch Tesla to the long side before eventually, obviously, it's gonna pull back. These moves don't last forever. They go up for a while and then they tumble. It has a history of that. If you look at Tesla's chart, again, it goes up, comes all the way back down, and then it goes up again. And then if it's too rapid, it just tumbles immediately. Again, for every rapid moves it makes, it's gonna tumble at some point. So just keep that in mind. There's money to be made on both sides, which is great. It's great for the shorts and it's great for the long. So this one will be very interesting for next week. All right. Now let's answer some of you guys' questions. Somebody asked me to do a follow up on SPG. Yeah. And for those of you who missed my previous video on SVG, I made it like last week. And we were able to make a lot of money on this thing because of this pattern. It broke out here. The video was released on this day and on this day, right? And then it just kept going all the way to like 90, between 90 and $95 was my target for this one. And it got to 91.30. Okay. And if you change it to the 5 minute time frame, it got there, pulled back, and then it dropped just a little bit. That's the first warning right here that the move might be over. But the nice thing about this stock is that it gave a second chance for everybody who went long to get out right here before going down even further. And personally, right now, the way I'm looking at it, I want to see the stock drop all the way down to $80 before going sideways for a few more days. So yeah, that is my very honest opinion on SPG. If it can drop just a little bit more towards $80 and then consolidate, that would be great for a potential long to the upside. Okay, for potential long to the upside. The next stock that y'all have been asking about is Ocul, yeah, or Ocular Therapeutics, and Ocular Therapeutics is crushing short sellers right now. Short sellers try to get in short right here. And then as soon as they saw the rise in 3 method, which is right here, they covered. And it's just been going up and up and up and up. And it's looking good for a potential short. Again, I'm not the type of person to chase these stocks. Like, I'm not. I'd rather just wait for this thing to get exhausted, to get really vertical, right? When like other traders start talking about how amazing the stock is and how it's gonna go all the way up to like $40. That's when I'll be looking to get in short. So definitely keep that one on your watch list for a potential short near like 25 to 30. Okay, maybe even earlier than that, but it has the potential to go to 25 to 30, and that is where personally it would just be a immediate short for me. Yeah, that is my very honest opinion on Ocular Therapeutics. And that is the end of the video. Again, if you got value from the video, definitely destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, if you're new to this channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you get notified whenever I release these post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon, and the pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday to Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul and Guma and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. If you are a beginner looking to get started and looking to make some money in the stock market, I left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below just for you. All right, it only takes about 10 to 15 minutes max to get signed up with all of the tools that you need to start placing trades. Okay, this right here that you see, this is Think or Swim. It's offered by TD Ameritrade right after you sign up with TD Ameritrade, and it's free of charge. All right. You can also get 3 free stocks after signing up with Webull using my very first link in the description below, and 1 free stock after signing up with Robinhood using my second link in the description below as well. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens.